Can we give some love to Tzolakis, by the way? He should have an assist. He should have had an assist today if the goal wasn't called back. Just saying.
Man, the save, I told you, the save that he makes on the 87th minute from that deflected shot from Baba Rahman, that was going in. And he was so good, like coming out as well. He looks so confident. Finally. He looks great.
That was his only barrier. His only barrier was confidence. Of course not.
You don't get confidence if you don't play. This is like chicken and egg.
You've been saying that for like 2 years.
There's something about that kid, man. It was so clear, like there's something there.
When everybody says the same thing, you know he's got talent.
Yeah. So I mean, his character as well. Like he's the perfect goalkeeper, not because he has the reflexes, not because he has the talent, the speed, the fact that he's so limber. It's also that he has this coldness in him. During the penalty shootout, he was the calmest guy in the stadium. To him, it was like, oh, I'm in a penalty shootout for a place in the semifinals. Same thing as being on the beach in Serifos. He was so calm, so cold, so calculated, so tough. That's what you want from a goalkeeper. That's why goalkeepers are so. The best goalkeepers are different. The best goalkeepers don't think like you. Oli Kahn, Jens Lehmann, they're cold people. Adonis Nikopolidis, he's a cold person as well. But that's what makes a great goalkeeper. And if he leaves Olympiacos, that would be an absolute tragedy because this guy, if he stays for Olympiacos for a couple of more years max, he can and keeps up the good work, obviously, he can get a top move and bring in a huge transfer fee for the club.
Huge fee.
Tragedy if he leaves in June.
I agree, man. I'm gonna say, like, if there's one thing that probably keeps me up at night right now, is him renewing his contract. It's not Andre Horta, it's not Daniel Pedence, it's not David Carmo, it's Tzolakis. That's the one. That's the one that keeps me up at night. Him signing a new contract, because I think it's done, man. He's number one. It's finished. Like, we found it. We don't need a keeper this summer. Yeah. And there was a question just a minute ago about Paschalakis being too good to be on the bench. I said it on a previous show. I think Paschalakis was the right keeper for us at a bad time. Yep. And I think that bad time is over.
I'm with you. I was in disagreement with some people because I actually have some blame to spread to Paschalakis for some of the goals that we've eaten over the course of the last few months. I know a lot of people were quicker to blame defenders, but I don't think it's, and I think maybe Mendilibar saw the same thing, which is why Tzolakis has gotten some more starts. But I think Paschalakis also, like from last year into now, I think has also kind of not been where maybe we'd like him to be, or we've kind of seen his limits. Not that I'm saying he's a bad keeper, because he's done great things for us, but it's just that I think we saw some of the limits of what Paschalakis is. And this is the right time now to roll with a younger guy that can give you much more security at the position for a longer period of time, assuming you don't sell him. And quite frankly, Tzolakis' reflexes are better than Paschalakis. That's how I see it. That's also what I see in the data too. So it's I'm okay. I mean, it's an expensive bench option to have. How many teams have a $900K goalkeeper sitting on the bench? How many people even pay their goalkeepers that much? That's a lot of money. We'll see what happens. But yeah,
I would like to ask though, because there's two sides to the Tzolakis coin. So you're Kostas Tzolakis and you leave Olympiacos on June 30. Where exactly are you going to go? Because the goalkeeper's position, that's a lonely play. Only one player can play there. Where are you going to go exactly? Because you're going to have to earn your stripes there as well. Where's he going to go exactly? Whereas if he stays at Olympiacos, where's he, like? Whereas if he stays for Olympiacos for the next couple of years, where he's going to be the number one, you're going to play in Europe. You're going to win titles, hopefully, and I suppose you are going to win titles. You're going to play in Europe. if he stays for another 2 years, he could go on and have a career like Jose Sa. But if he leaves right now, my opinion, he risks, not seriously, but he risks having a career like Stefanos Capino. Because where are you going to go now, right now, on June 30, after 2 really good performances in the conference, by the way?
Costa, I'm going to tell you right now, if he has a great performance against Aston Villa and we by some miracle we can make it to the final from this, it doesn't matter. He'll go somewhere. But if we do what I expect we'll do, and we lose in the semifinals, he probably needs a full year as a starter to get that. But the exposure from having a great set of performances in the semifinal against Aston Villa, a match which even won't be a final, will probably have the same type of viewership because it's a Premier League club. He does well there, it doesn't matter. If he does well there, has 1 or 2 good performances over the summer, somebody gets him. It'll probably be an upper mid-table German team or a mid-table German team, maybe an Italian team. But he'll that's where he'll end up if he just has 1 good performance against Aston Villa. That's the reality. That's how the marketing is these days.
And you saw you guys probably noticed this as well. Right after the game against Fener the next day on his Instagram, him with his agents, they'd put a video with English commentary of all his saves during the game. It's just like,
they're not dumb, man. He's in such a good bargaining position right now.
Yeah.
Playing well. And if he does the same thing there are so many clubs that maybe wouldn't have considered him in the first place that will be at the table now because he'll be free. They just have to negotiate wage. They'll throw money at him, even if it means he doesn't necessarily play. That's going to be on him. But I would not be surprised at all if he plays well, and then all of a sudden this summer we're hearing about all these teams, and he gets signed, and we don't have him on a renewal.
He gets a signing fee as a free agent too.
Exactly.
Yeah. I told you, man. That's the one that keeps me up at night. You both raise good points though. But at the end of the day, like he's holding all the chips. We all want to go far, right? We all want to go to the final. Nobody's going to say, I don't want to go to the final because I don't want to lose to Tzolakis. That's not what any of us are saying. But I think Ari's right.
You know what, Costa? In the end, we as Olympiacos deserve this because the way we've handled the kid until now, it hasn't been optimal. And that's just it. And then so we're reaping what we've sown with this. If we don't sign him, it's because of our mistakes. Not because of Tzolakis. That's it.
It's kind of, that one's a little bit difficult in a sense that, like, we all know how tough Olympiacos' number 1 position is.
100%.
And you can say, like, okay, a coach came in that believed in him and gave him the opportunity, and he's number 1 now, undisputable. Right. And it's for him to figure that out, obviously, like, in his head. To Costa's point, where's he going to find what he has now in a foreign club, as a Greek player, as a keeper that's only really had not even half a season consistently?
Right.
No doubting the talent, but is he going to go to a big league and play with the same confidence, with his teammates, not being there? And I don't know. Hopefully he stays.
Yeah, but Costa, you just got there, and I think you're 100% right. Like, from his point of view, where he stands now, it took somebody with melon-sized archivia like Mendilibar to just play him. So where's he most likely go? If he's concerned about minutes, this is where he's going to get minutes, 100%.
Yeah, with the same manager.
Right, with the same manager.
Teammates,
so that's his value.
A plan. A team that's hungry for European success. We got a taste now, guys. We got a taste for a European final right now. Olympiacos are not the same guys right now. And I'm sorry, but I do not accept the argument, we didn't give him opportunities. Guys, he played the Greek Cup final when he was 17. And it's the number one option. Guys, only one person can play as a goalkeeper. Okay. It's not like we could have played him as one of the center backs. We had Paschalakis was the best goalkeeper in Greece for like 2 years, basically. I mean, this is difficult. You can't just throw Paschalakis out just to play the kid because he's waiving his contract at us. Like you said, Ari, you were absolutely right. Here's the minutes. Here's the manager who absolutely believes in you, and he's a top fucking manager, a luxury for the league you're in. And we got a taste now for European success. You can go to a mid-table German team or a mid-table Italian team that's never going to see European football and never going to challenge for silverware, or stay at Olympiacos, win titles, go far in Europe, and get an even more lucrative transfer for a fucking elite club in an elite league. My 2 cents.
Aris Galamatis, it was, if I'm being specific, it took the melon-sized balls of Mendilibar to give the goalkeeper with melon-sized balls his opportunity. But